Yo, so sorry I haven't done a video in ages. It's just been crazy busy here. But yeah, I'm now building a GS500 calf racer for my friend Zach and Shannon. I'll show you it at the minute. So most people won't customize these, but I did one years ago. I did a Barry Sheen replica style one, and in my opinion, it's still one of the best calf racer GSs there is out there. So I'm doing a similar one for Zach and Shannon. I've just made a seat rail for it. Made out of one piece. It's got a double bend underneath here. So that welds onto the original frame. I've cut all the original horrible, well not casting, they're pressed steel frames. Cut that off here. So I'm going to plate this in with thicker plate. And then I'm going to make a curved strut for support for the seat rail. And it's got this really nice little seat unit on it. I'll just sit it on for you. But it looks really nice, and these are really underestimated bike, these little GS's. If you have a bit of imagination, I mean, look at how good is that going to look? It's got a lovely exhaust on it, and just cutting all that horrible stuff off the back just makes so much difference. A lot of people don't use these, and I don't know why. They're really cheap donor bikes. They make really good cafe racers. They've got basically a little baby GSXR tank. This has got Bandit running gear in this one, for Bandit 400 I believe, just to give it a little bit bigger diameter wheels and things and nicer top yoke and stuff. But yeah, they make a really nice custom bike, and I think more people should use them, especially if you're on like the A2 license and still want a custom bike. You know, they'll do over 100 miles an hour. I mean, what more do you need really? Especially if you're just riding around town and stuff, they're perfect. But yeah, it's got a really nice stance to this. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll post some more videos of it getting done. I've got to make an under tray out of aluminium to fit under there once I've done the side rails. And that's pretty much all I'm doing on this one. I've got to try and fit some rear sets on it that Zach supplied. But yeah, it's going to be a real nice little bike. So that's the subframe supports on. I've welded some little tags on the back to mount a number plate on. As you can see from above, I've got some little struts across there just to mount the seat on. I'm now making an under tray, so stay tuned and I'll go through that process with you. As you can see, I've made a cardboard template. So what I did with this is I drew on the top of the subframe, and then I folded it in half, trimmed it narrower so it will fit underneath. It's got these little recesses in here to clear the subframe support tubes, and obviously just trace it round on some aluminium, just like that I suppose. We'll cut this out and then I'll make sure it fits, make some mounts underneath to bolt it to, and then that should hide all the electrics nicely. Well, that's it roughed out. I'm gonna mount it up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some little tags on the top here with some threads in them, so we can just unscrew them from underneath. Makes life a lot easier, and then I'll trim it up finally afterwards once it's all fit. Well, that's the under tray mounted. I've just welded these little tags on here that I get laser cut. I've tapped these out to 6mm, so I've got 5 holding it on, 1 at the back, 2 in the middle, and obviously 2 at the front. So I'll give this a little trim up, and then we've got a nice little under tray under there. And that's that, pretty much done. I've just got to mount the rear sets next, bolt it all on, and that is ready to go. Well, that's the number plate bracket on. Under tray is on there now with some nice little button heads, and I've made these little, drilled these holes in here so you can't see because my phone's fucked. So you can get the seat unit off without having to take the under tray off. So for any electrical stuff underneath there, you don't have to take the under tray off. You can just undo the 2 bolts, and that makes life a lot easier for everyone. Just got to mount the rear sets, and this bike is pretty much finished now. Off to Zach and Shannon to do all the fun stuff, like mounting all the electrics. Well, that's my part on the GS done. Subframe's all done, under tray's all done. Put some rear sets on it as well. Welded up the top yoke. Proper cool little bike this is going to be. It's going to have little LED rear lights and indicators on it, I think. Yeah, smoothed all the top yoke off. Had riser holes in there originally, so they can get polished now. But yeah, it's all done. It's turned out really nice.